Hi guys, this is Andrew Holmes from Chicago REIA, and this is a wholesaling laws update from Chicago REIA. Chicago REIA is the #1 real estate association in terms of members, 7,000 plus members and counting right here in Chicago. And today we're going to address the wholesale law change. Now, this was a video we did last week with Gary Davidson, and there are some updates and things have kind of the perception of it has changed a little bit. So we wanted to make sure that we brought it to you as well as to our members. So the first question comes up is, well, what is wholesaling and how does that pertain to the change in the law? So let's first take what is wholesaling. So the classic wholesale was you have a person in between, they talk to a seller, and this generally, not always, but a lot of times was a property that was an off-market deal. An off-market seller is selling a property. I, as the wholesaler, get the property under contract, and then as a wholesaler, my intent is not to buy the property and fix it up, not to keep the property as a rental, but my whole intent when I get the property under contract is to get it under contract and then take that contract and resell that contract for a profit. Now, there's two iterations of wholesaling. One is the first one that I described, which is I get it under contract and I just wholesale the deal. That was called assignment of a deal. The second reiteration was I buy the property, which is I close on the property. As soon as I close on the property, right away I am moving that property, or I'm basically going ahead and reselling the property to another buyer. That is called a double close. So what the change in the rules are that now, after the change, if you're going to engage in 2 deals or more, and this is important, 2 deals or more, you are considered to be under the rules of being a real estate broker or needing a license in the state of Illinois. So that is the big change. So what does that mean to you who may want to do wholesales? As long as you do 1, you're okay. Anything beyond 2 or more is considered the practice of real estate, and for that, you need a real estate license. It's just that simple. So, what is the change and why the change was put in place? From the information we have gathered so far, from calling the legal helpline, calling down in Springfield, what they said is they saw a lot of people that were not licensed real estate agents that were selling contracts. And this law, one of the parts of this law is addressing that exact issue, that what they want is, if you're going to do this as a business, they want you to get a license. The second thing was, fourth thing I should say is, how do I comply with the new rule? This is simple. Go and sign up with a real estate school that's going to help you get a license and become a licensed real estate broker in the state of Illinois. Once you're a licensed real estate broker, then you have to hang a license with a real estate company. And just as for me, you have a real estate license, and now you can do this all day long as you follow the rule book, and the guidelines for that are going to be coming out within the next month or so from IDFPR and the people who make the rules for these types of things. It's just that simple. The next thing some people have asked is, well, is there a way around it? They called Gary's office. I talked to a few different attorneys, and they're like, my God, our phone is blowing up. What if we just want to do 1? Most attorneys that handle these or have done a lot of wholesale deals, they've said, hey, listen, who's going to police this? We don't know if this is your 1. We don't know if this is your 4th one. We just don't know. So at this point, they are not willing to handle these deals. They're saying, get a license and you're good to go. So can I do a double close? That means, can I buy a property? Can I close on it? And then can I just resell it? Well, it goes back to the #1 thing we said, which is, what is your intent? See, if your intent is to get the property under contract, close on it, and immediately resell it, what are you doing? You're doing wholesaling. So you're trying to get around the rule, around the law, to continue doing wholesaling, and that is what they're trying to address. So that would not be correct. So the next thing is going to be is why so many real estate investors are concerned and scared. Well, there is nothing to be scared of. In fact, if you're a real estate investor, you should be excited because now there is a specific set of guidelines, rule book, and things that you know what you have to do a lot of wholesale deals. Your business is as usual. As long as you follow the licensure law, you're good to go. The next question come up is, what do I do if I want to do it right? Simple. Get a real estate license, find a broker, and then follow the rules. And then lastly, did anything inherently change? Well, if you had a real estate license and you were doing things ethically, morally, legally anyways, and you were disclosing, the biggest issue is if you have a real estate license, you need to disclose, hey, I'm a licensed real estate broker in the state of Illinois, and I'm buying the property for my own investing, and that you're not representing the seller in this case that you're dealing with. As long as you're doing disclosing, there is nothing wrong and nothing changed. But yet, if you were somebody that was doing wholesales and you did not have a license, then the only thing that changed is you need to go comply, get a license, and then go on running your business. So those are the changes. Hopefully people got a lot of value out of this. Just please understand, some of these things, are they perfect today? No. Do we know all the answers today? Absolutely not, and we don't claim to. But as we have the rule book, as things come out, as we get a little bit more clarification on these things, we definitely will bring that information out to you and to our membership at Chicago REIA. Let's grow and prosper together. This is Andrew Holmes from Chicago REIA.